Hello everyone. So now today we'll see another problem, that is a pin jointed frame. We'll be calculating the unknown force by using flexibility matrix method. In this question, we have a pin jointed frame. In the previous problem, we were having a rigid jointed frame. So analyze the pin jointed frame you shown in figure using flexibility matrix method. Given L by AE is 0.025 centimeter per kilonewton. Okay, so what is L by AE, we'll see in the problem itself. Okay, as soon as we further move ahead, we'll see the problem. Okay, so now here in case of pin jointed frame, we have to calculate static indeterminacy will be equal to degree of external indeterminacy plus degree of internal indeterminacy. Okay, now what is degree of external indeterminacy? So see here we have how many unknown reactions are there. You see we have a pin joint, a hinge joint here, and we have roller support here. So totally we have two reactions at hinge support and one reaction at roller support. So totally three reactions, 1, 2 and 3. So 3 minus 3, what is this 3? This 3 is actually number of equilibrium equations. So degree of external indeterminacy is 3 minus 3, which is equal to 0. Now degree of internal indeterminacy will be, as we have discussed in the previous problems also, in case of TOS 1, we have seen that m minus of 2j minus 3. So m minus, what is m? M is equal to number of members, j is number of joints. Okay, so m, how many members are there? You see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 members, 4, 5, 6. Diagonal members are 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 members. How many joints are there? Minus of 2 into 4. What is this 4? Actually 4 is joint. So 1, 2, 3, 4 joints are there. And please make sure that this is not joint. Okay, this is one member and this is another member. So we have only 4 joints. So 2 into 4 minus 3. So it will be equal to 1. So total final static indeterminacy will be SI is equal to 0 plus 1. For this external it is 0, internal it is 1. So it is equal to 1. Okay, so now after this one we'll try to calculate horizontal reaction and vertical reaction. So I have provided H in left direction. Why? Because there is one more horizontal load which is going in right direction. So I have applied in opposite direction. Okay, sigma x is equal to 0. So 5 plus HA is equal to 0. Okay, or else 5 is equal to HA, both are same. H is equal to minus 5 here in this case. H is equal to minus 5. Sigma y is equal to 0. VA plus VB is equal to 10. VA plus VB is equal to 10. Okay, now moment of all forces about point A is equal to 0. We will be getting 5 into 4. 5 into 4. Then minus VB into 4. Minus VB into 4. VB is equal to 5. VA is equal to 5. Okay, now here in this case, since we always try to remove the unknown force, so since we have unknown force in this horizontal member, why? Because it is the static indeterminacy of this degree of internal indeterminacy is 1. So we are removing this horizontal member and I am applying 1 kilonewton at both the joints. Okay, so now here we'll take joint A. When you consider joint A, you can see that we have 5 kilonewton, which is VA, and with FAC, force in member AC, force in member AB, and force 5 kilonewton. This is one force which is going in anti-clockwise in a left side direction. So here I have, if you see this figure, force in member AC, force in member AE, and 5 kilonewton and 5 kilonewton. See this one. So what will happen to force AB? Force in AB, if you just simply do sigma x is equal to 0, you will get force in AB is equal to 5. Whereas if you go for force in AC, you will get force in AC is minus 5. Similarly, we will go for joint B. Always remember, we have to go for this one, for this figure, because we have removed this one totally. Alright, so here for joint B, sigma x is equal to 0 minus FAB. This is the figure. Okay, sigma x is equal to 0. So all horizontal forces is equal to 0. Minus FAB minus FBC cos theta. Why cos theta? Why? Because force in BC, if you see here, joint B, force in BC. If you take this triangle, you'll get 45 degrees. Okay. So FBC cos 45. So again, F force in BC, we got it as minus 7.01. Then sigma y is equal to 0. So same figure, we'll be getting 5, which is going in upward direction. Then plus FBD. FBD is again going in upward direction. Plus FBC sin 45. FBC sin 45. So finally, FBD is 0. Why? Because if you multiply this one, you'll get plus 5. So 5 plus 5 minus 5 plus 5 will become 0. Then at joint D. Where is joint D? Joint D is here. This one. How many forces are there in joint D? One force is going in left side, one force is going in downward direction. Directly sigma x, sigma y. Force in CD and force in BD, which is equal to 0. Then finally we'll go for joint AC. Joint A. Again joint A, we have force AB, force AC. All the forces are known to us. We'll go for 1 kilonewton. So what will happen? Force in AC will be 0.707. So joint B. At joint B, sigma x is equal to 0. So FAB minus FCB cos theta. FCB is equal to minus FAB by cos 45. So it will be minus 0.707 by 7%. So finally you will get 1. Force in member CB. Sigma y is equal to 0. Again, if you do that, you will get FBD as minus 0.707. Again, if you go for joint C, you will get FCD as minus 7.07. So finally we have to prepare for the table member length L by AE P P1 PP1 L by AE P1 square L by AE net force. All these calculations we'll do it here at the bottom. Okay, force in member AB, length of all members for 400. It's we are going for centimeters. Why? Because we have given this value in centimeter. Okay, centimeter by kilonewton. So I have converted all the values of meters to centimeters. L by E already all the values are given here. P is 50, all the values here. P1 we got all the values. Now multiply this one. P1 L by AE. P1 L by AE. Multiply this, you will get these values. Again you multiply with this value, you will get some 0. Why? Because we have 0 here. Multiply with this one, you will get minus 7.07. Then again 0.088. Then 0. Why? Because it is 0 here. Now again we'll go for P1 square L by AE. So P1 square, you square it, you will get positive value. L by AE. So L by AE, multiply this, you will get all these values. So all the values are almost same for all the cases. Next, you add the values, that is delta L1, you will get delta L1. Sigma P1 square L by AE is equal to your flexibility matrix F11. Okay. So F11 should be inverse into this value 0. So you'll be getting F1 force is equal to 1.76 kilonewton. So the force in this member AD is how much? 1.76 kilonewton. This is what we have to calculate. What is the force in member AC, this last member AD? Force in member AD we have assumed as 1, but the actual force in that member is 1.76 kilonewton. Okay. So this was the last problem in your flexibility matrix method. Okay.